We've talked a lot about ultimate level and armor Digimon on this channel, but what about the Digimon who many see as the most iconic, especially those who play Digimon World, like MetalGreymon for example. My name is Mustache Panda, and today we will be discussing the power of Wargrowlmon, an exceptionally strong Digimon, a wielder of the digital hazard, and my personal favorite, perfect level Digimon. Most of what I have to say will revolve around Tamer's Wargrowlmon, but I will be using some outside media to back up my points. To start off, the Guilmon line, especially Takado's Guilmon, are shown on numerous occasions to be able to swap hands and even in some cases narrowly beat Digimon that should be significantly stronger than them. We see Guilmon himself overpower champion level Digimons on a few occasions, including when he was able to push back both Garurumon and Garurumon relatively early in the series. The same can be said about Growlmon as well. In the Tamers movie Runaway Locomon, we can see Growlmon briefly stop a running perfect level Locomon, and within the series proper, we see a debatably weaker Growlmon manage to harm one of the Devas, Sinduramon. I say this to show that a consistent conclusion to make when it comes to Wargrowlmon is that they are at least at the threshold of ultimate level in regards of power. If we dive deeper into the lore and statements of Wargrowlmon, however, the consistency rears its face again. In Wargrowlmon's first appearance, they were tasked with fighting and defeating Mehiromon. Rika, who is arguably the most knowledgeable character when it comes to Digimon at that point in the series, was not only shocked by Mehiromon, but outright confused them for an ultimate level Digimon rather than a perfect. Wargrowlmon was able to make swift work of Mehiromon once he actually appeared. This is backed up by Wargrowlmon being able to push back and defeat Wargrowlmon, who is debatably stronger than Mehiromon, but that's a ranking video for another day. As well as the card game and promotional materials from the original Digimon card game outright stating Wargrowlmon has equal to or greater destructive power than that of an ultimate level. Now let's talk about the digital hazard, because this is where things can get nutty. The digital hazard is stated on numerous occasions to be an impending threat to the entirety of the digital world. In Tamers, we even see MetalGreymon, solely by existing and having the digital hazard active, was threatening to destroy the human and digital world. And if we take a look at the Tamers map, as well as this statement from Azulongmon, we can see that there are not only a multitude of layers and universal structures within the digital world itself, there are a minimum of 6 layers that you must pass through when traveling from the human world to the digital world. If we account for the fact, like I said earlier, that MetalGreymon was affecting the real world as well, we can very easily extrapolate the digital hazard to 12th dimensional levels of power. Let's break that down really quickly. Firstly, the digital world is a hierarchical structure. Each layer that you descend, as shown on the Tamers map drawn by Konaka, you would actually be taking a step up in dimensionality. I will dive much deeper into this topic when I finally release my video explaining the digital world's cosmology. But to give you a quick rundown, we have the real world. It is a 3-dimensional space. Followed by that, we have the 6 layers that you must travel through to reach the digital world within Tamers. These layers are a part of the network, not the digital world. But each layer does increase in dimensionality, bringing us to 9 layers in total. Then there is the desolate land that Takado and his crew end up on once they have passed through the network. This is technically the first layer of the digital world, inhabited by the Diginomes, followed by the second layer of the digital world, which hosts evolved Digimon's mini-verses, of which can be infinite in size themselves. This gives us our 10th and 11th dimension. Lastly, there is the realm of the Sovereigns, which is a structure created for the Digimon gods to maintain space and time within. This gives us our 12th dimension. You can argue that since Yggdrasil sees the digital hazard as a massive threat, that it has the capability to affect Kernel as well, which would provide 13th dimensionality, but in reference to Tamers, we never see that happen, so we are going to disregard that for now. Okay, Panda. You talked about MetalGreymon and the digital hazard, but how does this apply to Wargrowlmon? Well, Wargrowlmon is not only designed with the digital hazard on his chest, he is also stated in outside media to have access to the full potential of the digital hazard, the same as MetalGreymon. So while MetalGreymon would likely be significantly stronger than Wargrowlmon if you remove the digital hazard from both of them, with the digital hazard, the difference in power is almost negligible. So to round it all out, Wargrowlmon without the digital hazard is at least as strong as a mid-tier ultimate, at around low complex multiversal as shown and stated by multiple sources. But when accessing the digital hazard, has the power to impress some of the strongest Digimon, like the Royal Knights and even Yggdrasil, with a destructive capacity near and around the hyperversal ranges. Thank you all so much for watching. Leave a comment telling me your favorite perfect level Digimon. Have a great day. Adios.